Going, if you can keep going, just let us know when, if and when you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever the
great.
committee wants.
Chair now recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr. Issa.
Mr. Durham, each of us on the panel has a different background and a different idea of what's best to get out of this report and the work that you have done so faithfully, not just for the last 4 years, but for your entire career. So I'm going to start off by asking, is it true that you have the Attorney General's Exceptional Service Award, a decoration for your service?
That's true.
Is it also true that you have the Attorney General's Distinguished Service Award?
That's true.
And who awarded you that?
You know, it goes back in time. Attorney General Reno had...
No, 2012.
Oh, I'm sorry, in 2012. I'm trying to remember what award it was. I don't frankly recall. I don't really
just for the record, it's Eric Holder.
Yeah. That was the CIA investigation. That's right. It's Attorney General Holder. Correct.
It was, and you had to deal with some of the most despicable people and do the things that we do sometimes when wrong has been done. So I want to thank you for that. It seems like for your entire career, you've been a go-to for difficult situations, not necessarily the standard I'm trying to rise quickly award, but in fact, you're a career investigator. And I would imagine pretty closely that you've got your 82% overall. But I want to talk about something that I'm not qualified to talk about, but I can ask you. Are there what you would call unindicted co-conspirators in this? In other words, are there people at all levels who did things wrong, who were not charged with crimes because of the limitation of the ability to bring charges against them for what they did, even if it was wrong?
We brought charges where we thought in good faith that we could prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. Is there evidence beyond that? Of course.
Sure. So in your experience as a career prosecutor, when people break the rules and it changes the outcome of something, like launching an investigation without a predicate, like the president, the vice president, the attorney general, and a host of others, FBI director, knowing that this had been started with a false predicate, knowing that Hillary Clinton's campaign, with her approval, in fact, had authorized this, not op research, but this weaponizing of a false claim. When they did that, they in fact changed the outcome, whether criminal or not, of many things, including certainly some things in voters' minds. Isn't that correct?
I mean, generally speaking, there are lots of bad things that people do that aren't crimes. We can only charge those that aren't crimes.
And I appreciate that. So when people are constantly making this point that somehow you didn't put enough people in jail, you gave us 300 pages that give us a responsibility. And as I said, I'm not going to try to pretend that I'm the smart lawyer up here at all, or even a lawyer. But I am somebody that understands organization, oversight, and transparency. In your report, you do note the changes made and so on, but unless we make changes in transparency to outside individuals who can be counted on to be ombudsmen to the process, isn't it true that if the president, the vice president, the attorney general, and a host of other top people at the FBI and Department of Justice choose in the future to push to make outcomes occur that would not occur according to their own printed rules, that no rule per se is going to change that?
I think that's true. As we say in the report, ultimately what this comes down to is the integrity of the people who are doing the job. Are they adhering to their oath, or are they not adhering to their oath? Are they following the law? Are they not following the law?
Well, in my 20-plus years on this side of the dais, what I've found is that people, when the light of day is shed on them, follow the rules much better than they aren't. So for all of us up here, I want to thank you for your contributions and your service. Hopefully, I know you're gone into retirement, but hopefully in the future, as we begin looking at reforms that can be counted on and believed by the American people, at reforms that create better transparency, at reforms that do not allow FISA judges to be misled by people with an agenda, that you'll be available to at least give us some of the guidance from your decades of knowing how it's done right at the Department of Justice. And Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your indulgence in so many people. I will not take excess time. I believe this witness's 300-plus pages speaks extremely well for itself, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from California is recognized.